Thank you for watching this edition of Tough Questions. If you find the answer helpful, please consider sharing it with somebody else that might help them too. Our question for today is, was God less merciful in the Old Testament? Was God less merciful in the Old Testament? You can look in the Old Testament and see violence. As much as we would rather be able to leave the violence in movies and TV and the news, there it is in the Bible too. In the book of Leviticus, the book of Joshua, you have the conquests that take place there, the books of Kings and Chronicles, murders and deaths and killings, violence in the Old Testament. One reason why you might find more violence in the Old Testament than in the New Testament was the cultural context, the situation. In the Old Testament, more of a tribal culture. There were conquests and wars. In the New Testament, not so much. The Jewish people were established, they were settled, and the Romans were the occupying force. And so different times may account for that in some ways. The word mercy or the word merciful, combined, those two words occur 184 times in the Bible, and about 2/3 of those occurrences are in the Old Testament, including this verse from Psalm 25. Remember your mercy, O Lord, and your steadfast love, for they have been from of old. So God's mercy, it goes all the way back to the beginning. God doesn't change. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And so the God of the Old Testament is the God of the New Testament. He's been merciful all along. Not only are there verses about mercy in the Old Testament, and quite a few, but also stories of God showing mercy. One of those stories is the story of Jonah. You may know the story of Jonah. The prophet was told to go to the city of Nineveh and to preach there, but instead Jonah went the other direction. He ended up being tossed into the sea, swallowed by a giant fish, and then he had a second opportunity. That time he did go to Nineveh. He preached, and the people repented, and God spared the city. You know what Jonah's reaction was? He was frustrated. He was angry with God, that God had showed mercy to those pagan people. Jonah's response is recorded toward the end of his book, Jonah 4, verse 2. Jonah said, "That is why I made haste to flee to Tarshish, for I knew that you are a gracious God and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and relenting from disaster." Do you hear Jonah's frustration? God, I knew you'd be merciful to those people. It turns out God was more merciful than Jonah would have been. And God is more merciful than you and I would be. God is full of mercy. He has delivered Jesus to pay for our sins, showing mercy to us for all of eternity. And thanks be to God that He doesn't count our sins against us, but through faith in Jesus Christ, He shows us mercy. He is the merciful and gracious God. Always. Always has been, always will be. I hope that this response was helpful to you. If it was, please consider sending this video to a friend. And I'll see you next time. God's blessing.